Ah, France. The city of love. You may have heard of France from the short film Hotel Chevalier, or from Ratatouille, or even from your French class, You've been studying it for at least a year. You probably should have written this down sometime, Hey, it's me, Coulter. I really hope you don't get feedback from my mic because it's kind of broken, but, no matter. The show must continue, and it will. I'm here today to talk to you about Napoleon. No, not that Napoleon. No, I mean Napoleon Bonaparte. When you think of France, you most likely would think of this man right here. He's a lot like George Washington to the U.S. He's undebatably one of the most famous generals and emperors of all time. He made a severe impact both in military and in politics. He's a real swell guy. But, I'm getting ahead of myself. Why don't we start from the beginning? Napoleon Bonaparte was born on the island of Corsica on August 15th, 1769. He wasn't actually a Frenchman by birth, nor was he any good at French. He never mastered the French language, and his spelling was not very good. Napoleon started his military career when he was a young child. He had won a scholarship to the French military when he was about 14. His first real claim to fame was being a general of the French Revolution, leading several successful campaigns against the First Coalition and the Second Coalition. He had met Marie Josephine, and not too long after, asked for her hand in marriage. Their courtship and stormy marriage would become one of the world's greatest romances. Soon after that, Napoleon started the Italian campaign. Many battles won in France's favor led to the signing of the Treaty of Campo Formio. This confirmed control of northern Italy to France. But Napoleon's hunger for territory wasn't filled there. Around 1798, he had leaned to African campaigns, mainly in Egypt. He had tried to occupy Syria, but eventually had to retreat back to Egypt. On June 14, 1800, the Battle of Marengo finally realized that conquest. It seemed that Napoleon had allies everywhere. He had even had allies in the Catholic Church. After gaining rule of both Italy and Egypt, Napoleon returned home and was elected protector of the legislature. He had then established the Napoleonic Code, a legal system based on the equality of all people. He also has been given the credit of creating the first modern police state. So now we have Emperor Napoleon I, who had claimed the French throne and had claimed the title the Holy Roman Emperor. After becoming emperor, Napoleon urged his army to march on to Britain, Germany, and Spain. After conquering those places, he had moved to Russia. They had come ill-prepared, and the freezing cold had his troops freezing to death. He had absolutely no choice but to retreat. This is where Napoleon began to show weakness. He would charge in and try to occupy a country without thinking ahead. He would not think about the counterattacks he would be facing and have no beliefs beyond winning. For example, Spain. He did not expect such a revolt against his army. So in 1813, he was eventually virtually driven out. The revolt was mainly a success due to the British helping. Napoleon eventually admitted defeat to the Duke of Wellington in the Battle of Waterloo. And on July 15th, 1815, he was exiled on St. Helena, where he died on May 5th, 1821. Yay, great job! You now know more about Napoleon than you did previously. Now go answer the questions.